What up, JOBINS? Episode 133. Britain's got beef with BLP Kosher. I don't know why. I think it's because BLP Kosher is teaching the children historical facts. And you're jealous.
That BLP Kosher gives historical facts in his raps?
Teaching the children, dude. BLP Kosher.
Well, I'm not saying he's a bad rapper. I'm just saying like the amount of times that like you bring him up and like how you say he's really good and his dances they're funny. But I mean, I feel like he's a little overhyped by you.
Oof. Even Drake fucks with him. What if For All My Dogs, BLP Kosher and Drake have a song on there together? Then what? Then what?
I mean, Drake's made bad songs with plenty of people.
I forgot Drake was Jewish.
Yep,
look at him, Jobins. Mind blown.
It's actually got a perfect partner up.
Oh, well, guess what? I think a banger's coming. Because he was on that one podcast with that chick that everyone's just fucking hating on right now, that Barbie girl. She's fucking in hot water. It seems like every podcast just gets worse and worse. I feel bad. But it's like she's got that role to fill. She's doing it. So it's either...
Is she meaning to be hated, like on purpose?
It's just like her thing. Like that kind of character is probably going to get hated on no matter what, who it is, you know? So it's so like all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If your thing is to be the awkward, like no fucking character or giving any of emotion, you just stay flat the whole time and don't take anything serious or funny. You know what I mean? People are probably going to hate that.
Man, I don't know how I feel about that because you make such a good point. Like any publicity is good publicity, but I feel like the bad publicity is even outshining the good publicity. And like the people that are doing bad things are like getting more attention for it. Yep. And that to me is almost like a Black Mirror disturbing, like on a society level, scary.
Yep, the devil's in the fucking media. Do you know how much fun we would have with a Drake interview? If we had Drake on the podcast, we'd be laughing. That would be fucking funny, dude. You get interviews with Drake, Shaq. Can you imagine Shaq?
BLP Kosher.
Oh, dude.
That would be badass.
BLP Kosher, please come on if you ever see this. Jesus. That'd be amazing. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, maybe figure out how to like Skype him or something. Figure something out. So you know,
if I could get BLP Kosher on this motherfucking podcast, it'd be lit. Right now, top 5 for me, BLP Kosher. I love him.
I wonder if his favorite rapper even is Drake or if it's somebody else.
He said it on the Nardwar interview. Who he likes, I forget though.
That's cool.
Yeah. So football started.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's about football. And so I wanted to talk about my dad for a second with football. So when I did football, I always wanted to play football when I was a kid, right?
Oh, everybody was telling you to do football.
Yeah, dude, I was like the big, tall, fat kid that like the older kid, when my mom would take me to places, they'd be like, he play football? And he'd be like, oh no, he's only 6. You know, he's only 5. This is my whole...
He's only 6.
Yeah, dude, just like, yeah, that's just how my life was, my whole life. Seriously, so many. I can't tell you how many times. Even in places you would never think, like doctors' offices and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I think my mom was on the wave of like, hey, I don't want my son doing football like that. I don't want him to get hurt. She saw the dangers, I think. Because I was like, oh, come on, Mom, please, all my friends want me to play, especially in middle school. But she would tell me it was too expensive and all that. But it was like, she spoiled us all the time with shit. I don't think money was the problem. I think she just really didn't want me to play. But eventually she started caving when it was in high school, and she had no other choice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd go to BFS and Bigger, Faster, Stronger is 2-a-days back in the hot-ass summer days of football, and I didn't fucking have a helmet. And I tried. So I remember working out with my buddies all 8th grade and then summer, going to football and just doing the 2-a-days and just working so hard. And they're like, oh, they would always say like, oh yeah, we're working on it. And then I never got it. It was like a couple weeks into the season that I finally got it. And why? Because of my fucking dad. He went down to the school and went to the principal, fucking was like, yo, get my son a fucking helmet. Not all me.
How shitty of a club or like an organization in our school.
Oh yeah.
To like, you know, there's other football like programs and other high schools where they'd be on top of that because of the talent they see or the prospects, and they build up their schools. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
you know what
that is a shitty way to set that up.
The beginning, it was already starting to set. The softness was already being set because guess why? Remember all the football movies we'd watch as a kid? You had to be good to be on the football team, or what?
Or you're cut.
Or you're cut. Ask me how many football players were on the fucking freshman football team.
Dude, I remember going to a couple of your games.
Yeah.
And there was everybody on the sideline. It was crazy.
It was like 60 plus people on our freshman football team.
Freshmen though, you can't cut freshmen in any club.
Oh, you can't
in high school. At least
dude.
at our high school, you couldn't. JOBINS, you couldn't cut anybody like that.
Really?
Like and
So,
wrestling freshmen, like you can't get cut. You know?
But dude, don't waste my time. Here I am trying my hardest, trying to impress people, doing some pretty cool shit. Because we had fifth quarters, JOBINS. We had fucking fifth quarters. We had so many people, and that's when Big Schmidt would get put in. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm deaf, right? So sometimes I did get put in games, but then like I would only be, because I didn't have a helmet, I would only be doing all the running drills and shit like that, no contacts. So I'm not doing the plays. I'm not practicing plays, getting up on the line, not doing any of the cool shit. So when I got put into games finally with the helmet, the first couple games, like I'd be over the line and then the coach would be yelling at, back up, Schmidt, back up. And I can't hear worse shit. And I remember one time I got the flag because I was across the line and shit. And I was like, oh,
man.
fuck, dude, I suck. Just because I wasn't getting in.
I've never had that feeling. How was that? It sucked, huh?
Oh, it sucked, dude. Because I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? I'm like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? And also because I had such a big head. Because I remember I'm like, I'm lined up with the other guy. How am I crossing it? You know what I mean? And it's because my head was so big and I'm so big. I got to keep that in mind. Just a rookie football player. You know what I mean? But my dad he was so, that's what I wanted to say about him. I didn't have that dad that was like, oh, you need to be the best football player and like pounded it on me. You know what I mean? I could have been the worst football player, and he loved me no matter what. And he'd be there, and he was my number one fan and would support me. And he was there, and he was so excited for the games. Even though I wouldn't play, he was so excited just to be there.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have had a dad like that.
He was supportive. He wasn't like that dad from Varsity Blues.
No.
That's on his son about being the best quarterback. He was always supportive in that respect.
And
that's cool.
I remember him just feeling so bad and I just remember him being so upset about it and wanting to get the helmet and taking care of it. And then when we got it, he was so excited. But then it's already a few games into season. I'm now learning plays and shit. Mm-hmm. So it was just too late.
And who knows your mindset of the too late? Like if you were who you are now, like everyone grows. I think you might have even stuck through it.
Oh yeah.
With your current mentality,
Well, everything happens for a reason because my mic keeps falling down. All my football player buddies, they're like, you fucking quit on us, Schmidt. Yeah. You fucking quitter. And I'm like, I didn't quit. I finished the season with you guys. And then I even worked out during the summer a little bit. But I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not going to return to football sophomore year. And I didn't. And I was playing video games freshman year after football and all that summer too. And then all the beginning of sophomore. And I got really big, Then Mark was like, dude, play volleyball with me. And I was scared too. I didn't want to. But then I did. Boom. Lost a fucking whole bunch of weight, over 120, 30 pounds in high school.
Yeah.
Due to volleyball. Got to varsity volleyball, played on games, had a great time, loved it. So everything happens for a reason. And now we're seeing all this fucking shit with CTE. I know we love UFC, but I don't know what studies will come out. Hopefully I don't know.
It's tough because it's
tough.
Like, those football players are really passionate.
I know.
If they love doing that, it's like and understand the risk. As long as they understand the risk, then
right.
Because it was a good game last night with the Chiefs versus the Lions.
Yeah, it was fun watching it with you guys getting all excited. I miss it. Sometimes I'm like, man, I want to get back into football, but then like so much has changed, and I got to relearn all the rules, and there's so many. I don't know anybody, so it's like starting all over.
Hey, I understand.
Like I'm 6
I don't know hardly any. I learn every game I watch.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was. I was just thinking about this morning, especially I guess because of football. I was just taken back. I'm like, damn, I can remember all the times my dad picking me up.
Yeah, everybody talking about their fantasy drafts, so it's definitely relevant.
Yeah. Shout out JOBINS. I fucking got a hand tattoo. Got a fucking hand tat. You've probably seen it on my Instagram page. I've shared it. Fucking Marcello, dude. Hooked me up with a fucking free tattoo. I hit him up because I went with Sean to go get his tattoo on his forehead.
Right.
And I had messaged him. I was like, yo, Marcello, how much would that tattoo cost to get that? And he fucking was like, dude, you just shout me out on the pod. I got you, bro. And I'm like, honestly, Jobins, a shout out on the pod just doesn't seem like justice. You know what I mean? It's so easy to shout my boy out on the pod. It's so easy to do. So what I do, we had a whole bunch of fucking gummies. We had a whole bunch of joints. We had a whole bunch of I showed up with a little bag of fucking goodies. We're going to have a little vlog come out about this tattoo, Jobins. Brendan was there. He went and filmed with me.
What a beautiful studio that Marcello has, too. The archive, and he's got really awesome products, you know, and he's got his business cards are really, really professional.
And he's got the merch. I'm going to give you some stories about him because, again, this dude, Jobins, this guy, we have a Fast and the Furious family here in Arizona. That's just the way I look at it. And he's one of them. This dude's family to me. Because, again, I texted him this morning, and I'm like, dude, Marcello, I know I appreciate you hooking me up for the hand tat. My brother, so my dad, Jobins, he was in the military for 4 years. He was in the Navy during Vietnam. Motherfucker loaded the bombs up on the planes. And he said they would write funny shit. They would fucking put medals on there for people who, they just did a whole bunch of, I can only imagine what they did, you know. But he had a devil on an anchor on his arm. And his wasn't, it was just black and white. He said the color faded.
I remember.
But he got it in the military. So the guy who did it was just probably really shitty for the color to fade so badly because the damn thing's just an outline. You know, it's like, damn, there's nothing there. But Jeff got it. He got it on his arm.
I saw that. I liked it. I liked that he got that tattoo.
Jeff's my brother, my dad's firstborn. Shout out, Jeff. I love you so much. My brother lives in Tennessee. He's got that southern accent. It's funny as fuck. Which is weird because he wasn't born there. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, I just want to go live in Boston. Don't even get me started.
Well, I feel like he was raised there at a young age, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
I
forget, honestly. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
As old as we are, it'd probably be harder for us to lose our accents.
Right? Yeah, like my grandma, she was from New York, had that New York accent in Arkansas, but then also developed like an Arkansas, New York accent. It was very weird. It was cool, though.
Hey, as long as she speaks the same language.
Yeah. But back to Marcello. I hit him with that text because my brother's like, yo, Schmidt, Ricky. He didn't say Schmidt. He's like, bro, get this tattoo. If it's not more than like $200 from your guy, I'll pay for it. I'm like, oh, Jeff. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking awesome. Thank you so much. I was like, I'll fucking hit him up. So what I do, I hit up Marcello. I tell him, like, dude, thank you for hooking me up with the hand tat. I'm like, please, I'll wait too because I know he's booked. This motherfucker's booked, right? And he just threw me in for my hand tat like it was nothing, which is a huge, in the tattoo world of Jobins, you know what I mean? Like, thank you. Just treat me like fucking VIP.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, dude. And I have never done anything, but, you know, I've never done it. So it's just, I really appreciate it. And he tells me, he's like, dude, he's like, you're my boy, you're my blood. I love that tattoo. Marcello was in the Army. And his other
Shout
buddy,
out to him.
Yeah, and his other buddy that he runs the business with. And he's like, dude, I love that tattoo, and I love the story. He's like, I'm doing that for free, man. He's like, dude, if you want to tip me, you could tip me. Just shout me out on the pod. I'm like, dude, again, like, you know what I mean? Marcello, I fucking love you, bro. And Jobins, I'm gonna put all the links in the fucking description. On Instagram, go follow the Desert Bloom PHX Phoenix on Instagram. Art of Chee is his buddies. Art of CHEE. And then I've never met Missy Mahan IG. I hope I said your name right. But I believe she works with them as well because they have her tagged on their Instagram page. And then Marcello even has his own Instagram page, Jobins, which is All Nations Tattoos on Instagram. Again, I'll fucking have that in the link below. But they got merch, guys. If you're ever in Arizona, if you love Sean, right? Look at you know Sean's tats. They're fucking sick as fuck. And Sean doesn't trust anyone besides Marcello for his tattoos. That's why I was like, anytime Sean went and got a tattoo, I just wanted to see it. Just 'cause I'm like, damn, this guy's good. And all the other work that they have on their walls and in their books and that they post on their grams, they do some cool shit.
They definitely are just all around like artists, you know, like I think tattoo artists get a bad rep because it's like they think they just do tattoos. I feel like that guy does it all, man.
That's art.
He's just a badass.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
they
why it's
all
like,
are, for
dude,
sure.
and for him to hook me up for free, it's like, how much of a blessing is that?
Yeah, your tat looks fresh, man.
Dude, I love it, dude. I just been staring at my fucking hand for the past week. And you know what's funny? Sometimes at night I'm going to bed and I'm like, oh fuck, there's a bug on my hand. But then I'm like, no, oh, I got a hand tat, Schmidt. Chill. It's not a fucking spider. Because just sometimes, you know what I mean? If you get a quick glance at it, those kind of look like legs. Seriously, I've had like moments where my heart goes, I'm like, oh! I'm like, oh yeah, tattoo. Whew.
I could see
I'm
that.
a scaredy cat, especially with spiders in my bed. Fuck that. But, dude, JOBINS, Marcello, him and his boy were in the army, and he would fucking tattoo people in the army. So he's got fucking soldiers all across the world that are fucking tattooed by this guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then and he says he's been doing this for 17 years when they decided to open up their own shop. And that's that shit I love. And most dude, tattoo people, it's almost like, I swear to God, it's its own like art of respect. Like UFC. Because they go from having nothing. Some of these tattoo artists have had some of the most raw. I've been from just the short amount of tattoo artists, like when I go with my buddies back at home and with the one I had out here, you hear their background stories that are so tough, right? And then they overcome it, and then they're opening up their own shop. And then how many tattoo shops are there in the world that you got to compete against? You know what I mean? It's a fucking dog-eat-dog world in the fucking tattoo game.
Yeah.
You know? You got to have really good shit.
And you mess up once, like reputation more so than other businesses, where it's always important, but even more so.
So it's its own thing. It's a separate own thing with dedication, determination, like passion. It's art, dude. It's truly an art, especially with these guys. But yeah,
I love the culture too within it as well, with like the tattoos that you've seen from all over the world, and like how they could. I mean, I bet he could just do it all. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was crying this morning when I was talking to him, just because he told me some shit about his life and how he grew up without a father, and he's got 2 kids and they're in jiu-jitsu. And I just sent him a real good message, just because it's like, well, dude, you're the fucking dream. Like, you are truly the American dream. Instead of like, you overcame those problems. Yeah, you didn't have a father, and I can't imagine that pain. That's a separate pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a pain that I don't know. But to overcome that, and then to not only overcome it, but to excel in life, have a successful business, and then because of like my mom and my dad and any parent, like what do they tell us? They're like, we always want to give you the lives we didn't have. So, and our boy Marcel's doing that for his kids. He's doing for his kids what he didn't have. That's the shit that I like. That's like the dream. That is seriously like, no matter what in life, you can't not respect a man like that. That's a fucking man.
And he's not just giving them like material gifts, you know, he's giving them gifts of like what it means to work with other people with like jujitsu, like you said, with his kids being in there.
Yeah.
It's just a cool, like, I wish my parents would have promoted
the true
sports more, because of like the values they can bring up with being with others.
Yeah, what true values in this life
that
are.
Confidence you can build up too, and everything. That's awesome.
It's insane.
It's legendary.
And he's such a down-to-earth guy. I swear to God, Job, I'm not saying this because he hooked me up with a tattoo. Anytime Sean's going to get a tattoo, I'm like, dude, let me go. Just because I talked means Marcel chat. He's just a cool dude. And then I'm like, I got the balls to ask. I'm like, I'm gonna try and get a tattoo from him, see if I can. And then he fucking hooks me up for free. You know what I mean? He could have been like, oh no, dude, I'm sorry, I'm booked for a while. You know? But he didn't. And it just goes to show how good of a guy he is. So JOBINS, if you're listening, you want to support him, I'm dropping the link below. He's got sick hats. They have some sick stickers. I don't know. I gotta go check the website if they have the stickers, because I saw some stickers in their shop and it looked like a stack of them. I'm a sticker guy.
Hey, stickers are badass though. You got them all taped up on your bed.
Oh yeah, I gave him a Boston sticker. That was one part of the presents I gave him too. Because they're everywhere in the shop. And he's got such cool. The shop is down in Phoenix, Arizona. Again, on their Instagram website, JOBINS, you'll see where it is and everything. If you ever in Arizona and you want to get a tattoo, go there.
Yeah, definitely recommend it highly.
Plan it. because I don't think he does walk-ins. It's all appointments.
Right.
So if you're like, if you know you're coming to Arizona in a few months or something, you're like, hey, I'm definitely going to get a tattoo. Fucking message them on Instagram. And they'll fucking definitely reach out to you. So shout out to you, Marcello. I fucking love you, blood.
Yeah, shout out. Respect.
And JOBINS, this fucking hand tat. Again, I'm always like, oh, dude. And Mom, if you're listening to this podcast, now you know I got a hand tat.
It's good. It looks good, though.
Yeah, because I've talked to her ever since, and I've yet to tell her. You said you had some stories for me?
Oh, yeah, dude. What was I going to... I wanted to bring up this quote. It's from lyrics from a good song. It's so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow.
R.I.P.
Steve Harwell, lead singer of Smash Mouth, passed at 56 due to liver failure.
Dude, this meme, that's a sad one. Alcoholism, addiction's fucking so tough, and alcohol is horrible. Alcohol is horrible. But that guy probably lived like a fucking rock star.
You brought that up in my mind again, though, because I had temporarily forgotten about it because I didn't want to think about it. But you were playing Sugar Ray and all those kind of those bands. Yep. That time
I was
period,
vibing to it.
And it was just brings me back to when I was a kid, listening to those types,
hey now,
that music.
You're a rock star.
Shrek was such a good OG movie, man.
I know, dude. There was the meme that fucking hit me was Shrek looking sad, and it says when what was the name of the song doesn't play? Oh fuck, the name of this when blah blah doesn't play anymore. It's silent. I was like, oh fuck, it got quiet.
That was All Star, right?
Yeah, All Star. When All Star stops playing, and then it's just silent. I was like, oh fuck, that's sad.
He was in it. His music was in a few movies. Oh yeah, man. And then the Rat Race at the end.
Honestly, Smash Mouth was so overplayed in Missouri, where we were from, and Shrek was everywhere where we were from, that I was like, I can't stand it.
Is that an isolated incident, or does everyone in the country feel that way?
I don't know. You tell me in the comments.
Yeah, JOBINS, if you're East or West Coast, who knows?
But now it hits a little different. It's not that I didn't hate it. Of course I loved it in the beginning. You don't think I was listening to Shrek and just fucking... You know what I mean?
Dude, his music's empowering, too.
Pointing
the lyrics...
at people. We would sing it. We'd whistle it. Everyone would be whistling. It is a sad thing. R.I.P. to that guy. And Young, too.
You'll never shine if you don't glow. Think about that. That means you got to shine. You got to shine in the dark. You got to shine in the darkness.
Dude, that whole song is dark. It's pretty it's pretty dark. Ooh. Yeah.
Just
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to a legend. Smash Mouth.
Yeah, that happened. And then the other news thing that was crazy to me, again with our childhood, it's like our childhood just can't be left alone. It just has to be exposed at every corner.
The father time pages are turning, brother. Soon we will be the old.
And now Danny Masterson is going to 30 years to life in prison for raping 2 women from 2001 to 2003. Prime that 70s show time. All former members of Scientology, to which Masterson belongs. Just a crazy, messed up story.
Yeah, that one hurts just because of how much I love that 70s show. And obviously the crime. It's fucking horrible.
Terrible.
That's because it's when we grow up watching these shows, it's not that we idolize them. You're not supposed to idolize anyone. But we kind of look up to them. I'm like, damn, even as a kid, which is funny because there was a lot of adult humor jokes that just went right over my head.
Right.
I still knew the character of the person. You know what I mean? And Hyde was the broken one who just needed love. So it's I loved that character. I loved Hyde. And I remember when Dracula 2000 came out.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, dude, Hyde's in it. I was like, oh, dude, sick, Hyde's in it. And now you're telling me this is when he was doing this shit? How the fuck am I supposed to go watch that 70s show?
You know what else it makes me think of? Who's next? Who's the next person I like a lot right now that we find out in 15, 20 years is doing some really terrible stuff?
Horrible, awful shit. And then I always just pray to God it's true. Because it's fuck, dude. I just hope it's true. I don't hope it's true, obviously, for Danny.
Oh, if it was a huge conspiracy, like Scientology is coming after him.
Yeah, like I just don't. But I know I'm sorry. I'm not
What?
trying. I'm not. There are victims. I'm giving respect. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just
no,
hate,
it's
like,
terrible.
I don't want to fucking believe it because it's like, why hide? You're better than that. And especially that's what like especially when Bill Cosby, dude. That one
That's the
fucked
big
me
one.
up. That one fucked me up too because it's like,
I even like the Fat Albert remake they did. You know.
yeah, I'm like, why do celebrities do this? Like even hearing the fucked up shit about Marlon Brando. Like, damn. I enjoyed all your movies, and I was like, that's like the epitome of art in movies is Marlon fucking Brando, and now you're telling me all this horrible, horrible shit. And I don't get it with celebrities because it's like a guy like those people. It's like Bill Cosby. How many women wanted to be with you?
He's America's father.
What the fuck? And you got to do. And not only were you doing that, but you were also drugging. Fuck.
Okay, just one last piece of ruining
Way to
our
fucking
past.
set that
Another damaging childhood
Fuck.
thing here. They're coming out with Chicken Run, Dawn of the
That's not
Nugget.
damaging. I like that one.
Yeah, is it? Well, guess what? Mel Gibson's not going to be playing Rocky.
Oh, damn. That's right. He did voice that, didn't he?
Zachary Levi is going to be playing him. And guess what? Ginger, the main one, she's being replaced too.
That wasn't the same chick?
No. Nope.
Well, it was damn near close, and I couldn't remember. And I love Chicken. I love that movie when I was a kid.
Chicken Run. I'm chicken done with this.
We'll see. Well, I just liked it. It seemed like they were bringing all the cool characters. The one with the hair and the glasses.
Someone's trying to ruin our childhoods.
That movie was dark. I remember seeing it in theaters, and that first scene where they're just killing the chicken. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, the chicken pot
But
pies.
we had chicken for dinner that night, so I was like, shit. Fuck. Yesterday, JOBINS had a fucking crazy adventurous day with Sugar Shane and fucking Juan. That was epic.
Epic.
Yeah. We went around, and they were doing their pranks with Sean. I won't spoil it because the video's not out yet. So I don't want to spoil anything. But they just went and did some pranks at a bunch of different places. Juan doing his Juan thing with epic shit and epic giveaways. And it's always just really cool being there and then like seeing people's reactions, how fast they can change in certain situations.
Yeah, it must be so rewarding to be able to make other people's days.
That's what I'm like. I wanted to ask Juan, I'm like, dude, does it ever get old or do you feel that? Like, I feel this. I'm not the one giving them shit. You're the one giving them shit. Do you always, I'm like, you probably always feel that. Because every reaction is different. Every story is unique.
And to do that, I just have such a high level of respect for pranksters, and because you never know what could happen with your pranks.
Oh yeah, and dude, this is probably like my 4th time going with Juan. And shout out Chris, that's his camera guy. He's a good. My man was having a rough go. He was sweating because he was sweating out the alcohol from fantasy football night the night before.
Oh,
but
damn.
And so he went to bed late and got up early, but he knew it was recording with Sean, so it was like
he was like, I gotta do this.
He's
Put
like,
his game face on,
and he fucking killed it, dude. You would never have known. So that Chris, you're a fucking legend.
He's always a super nice. He was a nice guy when I had met him too.
Right, and so is Juan, because guess what, JOBINS? I'm like, yo, we're all taking photos out in front of Sean's house, and I'm all excited. We're looking at him, and I'm like, can I get a picture with you guys real quick? And he's like, yeah. And Sean's like, yeah, hurry up, Schmidt. So, when I get all excited, I go to step forward. I didn't know that they had put their camera on the ground. I fucking kicked their camera, dude.
No.
But yeah, dude. And you know me. I didn't even want to take the photo anymore. My heart dropped to my fucking stomach. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to cry. I was like,
was it damaged?
I'm sorry, Juan. Don't hate me. Chris, don't hate me. Did I ruin the day? No, I didn't. Because luckily, that was already their shitty broken camera that Chris had already dropped and broke. And so at first, they were like, oh, no, it's cool. They're like, it's fine. It's already a broken one. No worries. And nothing had happened, right? Well, then when we get to the first spot and we're going up and we get in the car, he's like, oh, hold on. And he's trying to get the mic on. And apparently I just kind of fucked the mic up a little more. But then when we got inside, Chris, all he had to do was just tape it on and it would work perfectly fine. So yeah.
Hey, they worked out then. It was they got through the adversity.
And they were laughing. They weren't even mad at all. Juan was laughing at me. And you know me, when I'm sorry, and I feel horrible. So I'm gonna keep
it was a real laugh too. It wasn't like a like a I'm pissed.
Oh no, he's like, oh no, dude. He's like, that was a he told me, he's like, that was a $10 mic attachment thing that we taped on. And then Chris kept telling me, he's like, dude, don't even worry about it. It's our broken camera. So thank God. And I'm like, now I'm just gonna always look on the ground when I'm around. It's like, dude.
I do love that you did that. That was like when you hopped into the Bronco and you had to hit the mirror.
That's what fucking Sean
and
said.
It's just like, hey, if it's a running gag, I think you should just keep
no, I don't like
keep bumbling into things.
The one thing, okay, so JOBINS, it's one thing when you break your own equipment for podcasting, I know how that feels. And that's just the shittiest feeling. To break someone else's equipment, especially ThatWasEpic's. Motherfucker, one of the best fucking
he's definitely yeah.
You know what I mean? Elite. And I thought I fucked it all up. But luckily, thank God I didn't. Shout out Juan and Chris for being so cool.
Stoicism.
Because so that's the first thing Sean comes out of Sean's mouth. I take this fucking kid to a luxury sports car place and he breaks a mirror. And that sucked too, JOBINS, because all I did was get in the car. My head just hit it like this. And it fucking shattered that fucking mirror, dude. Unbelievable bad luck I have. Always in the worst times too. And it's always the shittiest feeling. It's horrible.
That's why I kind of think it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's like if you were all of a sudden just woke up naked in front of, like, in the mall, like a packed mall, and you just woke up naked.
Oh, my gosh.
Would you be embarrassed, or would you just be like, hey, what's up?
I'd be more like, oh, man, I'm going to get in trouble. Like,
yeah, true.
Because I'm like, I'm thinking about legality.
I know, it's an adult mall. So
I'm like, shit.
Still get in trouble, yeah, exposure. Damn. But, yeah. That was not fun. And then fucking we're running around with them, right? And then I go to get it. So they're doing a prank and we're at ASU. We're at the ASU campus. And wow.
Some beautiful women there.
Yeah, incredible. I felt incredible. I fell in love probably 37 times, dude. Just incredible. I'm like, damn, I want to go back to college. You know what I mean?
Did you get any numbers?
No. I was too nervous. I got eye looks. One chick out, like, she stopped right in front of us. She like looked at me and then stopped right in front of us to like finish her conversation with her friend, and then looked at me and then walked away. I'm like, and I was standing there with Sono. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was like, and even Sono was like, dude, I think I was standing aside just because I think that girl. But I didn't. And then there was a few tall blondes that I was like, wow. I wanted to be like, will you marry me? You are incredible, but I don't.
Hey, it's a lot to walk up to someone you've never talked to.
Yeah, but anyway, so they're doing their thing, right? Sitting there doing their prank. Me and Sono are off to the side, just away, so we're at blending in. I literally just go walk over to get a drink, and I buy a fucking Dr. Pepper on accident, Diet Dr. Pepper, fucking leave it on top of the thing, and I had to buy another because I'm trying to buy a water. Powerade. Bought a Powerade. And fucking... I walk back out to Sono. I'm like, hey, Sono, you want Dr. Pepper? He's like, no. And then there was this pretty girl sitting next to us. He's like, give it to her. I'm like, no. And then so we're distracted for a second, right? And then we walk back to where we were. And then all of a sudden we notice boys are gone. They're gone. We don't know where the fuck they're at, right? So, and it's hot, JOBINS. And we already been walking around with Sean all day. Me and Sono haven't eaten. And we were hungry all day. And so now, and I'm a little hangry at this time.
You get hangry.
I get hangry. Uh-oh. Thank God Petrie's in Sono's room. Petrie, shut the fuck up. But me and Sono, we lose the boys. And we missed a huge chunk of a segment that was probably pretty chaos. So I want to see it. Pretty crazy chaos. We eventually just go back to meet him back at the car. Because we were walking around everywhere. And getting lost. And I was just done. I was done.
So long day.
Yeah, and then
adversity.
Oh yeah, no, but the thing with that, it's like it's fun, but then it was really hot, and losing them was not fun, especially on a ginormous campus.
And then you went together with them. So
yeah,
it's like you gotta.
Well, me and Sono knew. We're like, we'll just at the end of the day, we'll just wait at the car. You know what I mean? But here we are walking around this big ass campus on a hot Arizona day. You know, motherfuckers are walking around with umbrellas.
That's crazy because of how hot it is.
And the skin, sun, I don't know, dude. It's just hot. And so I was not a fan of walking a lot of distances that could potentially be to nowhere and getting further. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
well, you just explore the school. It's cool.
Which is cool. Yeah, that's what Sono wanted to do. He's like, dude, he's like, go walk down a random hall. Let's just go in there. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, I just want to find the boys. That kind of moment. But Sono handled it well with me. He calmed me down. We found the boys.
Yeah, because one day at Mizzou, because Kane, my old roommate, was just here not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
We went into every single building on campus one day.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
See, I remember doing that when I first got into college. So, and Sono's like that too. He's a couple years, or no, he's getting ready to finish his bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. But I did that when my buddy Mark went to Fontbonne, and we ran around.
Well, ASU is probably a sick campus though too.
Oh,
I
dude,
bet.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why. So like, it's a little cooler. That'd be cooler.
And we went to this sick library. I don't know what the fuck it was called, but it had water inside. You go up these stairs, and there's water at the bottom, like a fountain. It's crazy, and it's so tall. Yeah, it was crazy. But then after that long day with That Was Epic, which was a lot of fun, even though it was hot, it's still a lot of fun, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Then we helped Sean move his fucking hot tub from the front of his house to the back of his house, which was pretty hard to do because we put this tarp under and we had to slide.
Damn, it was his hot tub because I remember he still got to do the cold plunge too, doesn't he?
Oh, that's what we're doing today. Yeah, that's what we're gonna help him do today. I'm gonna help him after this pod. But yeah, long day. But before we helped Sean with the hot tub, dude, Sean's like, yeah, let's park over here and we'll do an outro. I guess I'm gonna spoil it here because it's gonna be. Sorry, Sean. I'm sorry, because it's probably gonna be in a little vlog that they're making.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a little part. It's and it happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I have to.
Okay.
And I because it's like this is just another example of like how awesome and sweet Sean is. We pull up and we pull into this like part. He's like, oh yeah, this should be a cool spot. He's like, all right, let's get out. And then he's like making jokes to Sono because he's child locked in. And then Garrett's there with the camera. And he's like, all right, JOBINS. And I'm like I always do funny shit to make him laugh and shit. He's like, all right, guys. And he does the outro. He's like, he's like, I gave out some money, blah, blah, blah. We gave away some shit. He's like, but, we can't forget the boys. Sono, Schmitty, both get $500.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's awesome.
Unbelievable. It was like, dude, because I'm like, dude, I didn't even feel like I deserved it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to give us money to go with you guys, and you didn't have to give me money at all. But that's just Sean. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm keeping it. I'm trying not to spend it. I don't want to spend it. I just want to keep it. And then if I do ever spend it, I'm going to invest it into the podcast or merch whenever we do.
Nice.
So
yeah,
that's
I
just,
love that.
Yeah, my little Sean $500 stash is
Shout out Sean. That's sick as hell.
Yeah, dude. I love him so much. Because it's like, why is he so sweet? He doesn't have to be so sweet. Why is he so sweet? It's just him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is really, like, I always knew before he was champ how he would act. And it was like, holy shit. It was exactly how I thought he was going to be. Because it's like, yeah, he does, like, people can be like, oh, Sean's not humble. He actually really is. This dude's, we're all just in the house. It's like a family gathering. We're barbecuing, having a little barbecue. And he's moving into his new house. So he's bringing shit in. All of a sudden, here's his belt zipped away in the UFC thing. He's like, chip. And Tim, he's just all excited, you know what I mean? And Tim's like, oh, that was so 2 weeks, bud. Like, here these guys, it's just a humble moment. You know what I mean? He's not really acting serious.
Yeah.
And then he's fucking got a farm. He's raising a cow. He's raising all these chickens. He's changed all four of our lives, me, you, Sona, and Brock's.
Most definitely.
He's changed JX's life. And he's changed his mom's life, his brother's life, both of his brothers, his sisters, his dad. There's so many people, and he continues to help so many people all the time. It's incredible. Yeah.
You know how they say to like cut bad people away from your life? He's like the exact opposite. Where it's like bringing out those types of people into your life, and it's like, dude, wow, just being around someone like that.
I saw this really sad thing, dude, and it made me so sad because I don't even want to really talk bad about it, but it just made me sad. And it's Evan and Logan Paul. And you know how they had their fallout?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Because he never even talks about Evan, yeah.
Yeah, right? I miss when Evan was on Impulse. A lot of people are just shiting on Logan Paul right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, he even got into it his own brother. Come on, you don't talk about... You think we would ever talk like that about ourselves and be competitive?
Yeah, you banker. You fucking know everything about banking, you piece of shit. Yeah, that's just like that young, like competitive. They're such competitive brothers, and they've probably been like that their whole lives. You know what I mean? Like we were never competitive against each other. Me and you were always plotting. You know? I'm sure they were plotting, but they were also competitive with it. Like who can do it better?
I don't know. We were pretty competitive, me, you,
in video
and my
games,
brother.
In video games and board games, who's not competitive? But like to like our own beneficial morals and shit to like what's benefiting our lives.
True.
You know?
It's on a big scale.
Yeah. Even now, like if some Hollywood movie producer was like, yo, Brendan, dip that fucking big fat guy because you are fucking hilarious. We want you to come make this movie.
And where those brothers might do that, but
I'd be like, dude, go do it. When you're done, you'll be back. I'll fucking get people to be on the pod until you're back. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want, I'm like, do they want money from each other when they do shit? Who knows? What's underneath the table?
Yeah, why is he so upset that he can't bring a Prime bottle into his brother's event?
I
know. Can't you chill? Can't you chill for one night?
If you got a sponsor, we're a dual podcast, so it's like if you got a sponsor, it would have to be like they'd have to be like, okay, it's a dual, like it's his sponsor. You know, we're sponsoring Brendan. I would hope if they're like, we want to sponsor the Brendan Schmitty Show because like
that's what I would
like if you but see the thing is even though they're together, they're creating similar separate lanes. You know what I mean? Logan wanted to be the boxer, but he's more the WWE guy now, which is awesome, I think, for him. And then Jake Paul's the boxer. But before that, they were both like the influencers, you know? So now it makes sense since they're both doing like, I don't know, if you were writing, like you love screenplays. I'm not doing screenplays. You know what I mean? So if you were getting screenplays into things and people were sponsoring you because of your screenplays, what am I supposed to do about that? I'd be like, dude, do your thing. You know what I mean? And then I would, if I'm sponsored, if I was sponsored by somebody, I'd be like, yeah, I'm like that. We'll do two separate sponsors.
The main thing is just to respect the spaces.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, you can promote that stuff, but if you're here, you can't. Come on.
Yeah, that's a shame they're fighting.
But what about Evan and Logan? What are you talking about there?
Well, where I was getting with that is just like, because I saw this video that came up on my thing. Because I've met both of them. I've only talked to Logan for a brief second, so I don't know Logan, right? And he was nice to me. We've actually hung out with Evan.
Yeah, played video games with him.
He stayed at the apartment that Sean rented out to us. So we got to know him, hang out with him. We even drank with him, smoked with him. Such a cool fucking dude, you know? And the thing, what I remember is that I remember in some vlogs back in Logan's days was like he didn't want to be on camera. He was into the gaming and shit. So like it was a little different. You know, they wanted him to be this, but he didn't want to really do it. So like I kind of get it. You know, like Brock's here, and he's here to help. He said Brock's always down to help us no matter what. But he don't want to be the influencer. He don't want to be on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, but will we ever fucking ditch Brock?
Right, and you're saying Logan's just like,
Logan,
because you ain't doing business stuff. Now you have to be out.
And I put myself in Evan's shoes because I know how that probably felt, you know. And I never would. He's in this video. He's like, dude, Logan was such a good part of my life. That was such a good chunk of my life. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm like, dude, I don't ever want this to end. I'm like Sean. Like I look at Sean and Tim and all the jiu-jitsu brothers, all the people we've met, as like family now. I would hate to lose everybody. It would suck so much. It'd make me so sad.
Logan Paul's a different human, too. You know, it's like if he's willing to do that to his own brother, like Evan, what do you think he's going to do to you, bro?
Yeah, but that makes me like, I'm appreciative. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose this. I'll always.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Sean already knows. Tim already knows they could say, Schmidt, we need you here. Like how he was just like, he could call me on the dime and I'm doing anything for the guy. Not fucking sexual like he would fucking say some Tim or fucking stupid shit that they would say out their mouths right now. They'd be like, oh, what? And I'd be like, no.
Dude, but honestly, though, their relationship's so badass. Dude. Like the coach that Tim is being so happy for Sean, the champ that he is. And then just like us being coached by Tim also. He's just it's just legendary being here and being able to level up alongside legends. You know,
our boys straight up created their own lane in this game.
Definitely.
And it's a very unique collecting of different things that they have going on. And they're still like what I love about these guys, Tim and Sean, is that they are always expanding and wanting to do more and grow more and like be good at other things. It inspires me. Like I want to be better at coffee. I'm gonna be better at coffee.
I like that.
And I want to be because there's an art behind the coffee game. And Tim and Mariah, they know it. They post it on their stories all the time. It's like, damn, they got that down to a fucking science. You know?
They were even talking about farmer markets, maybe. You
Yeah.
know, like going there and selling coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I just never, I would, it would suck to lose all these guys. So I'm very appreciative. And I just thank you, Sugar Shane. I know you're probably not going to watch this. Maybe you're skimming through. Maybe you're hearing this part. But I love you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I'd die for you. I wouldn't die for many people. There's only my brothers and my family that I'd die for. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and shout out everybody at the gym, like you said, and all the JOBINS, too. Everybody watching, tuning in.
You never know, Jobin. Some crazy psychopath might try and take out Sean one day, and I got to jump in front of him, take the bullet. Might not be here.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do.
Right.
You know
but
what I mean?
that'll hopefully never happen.
One of those slow motion scenes from a movie, you know? And then then we'd have that real, like,
what if you
Iron
dived
Man.
and you missed because you dived too fast? You got to dive at the right time, too.
I like to think that my belly could take about a shot. You know what I mean? So people are like, no, not at all.
Yeah, don't test it.
Yeah, nope, yeah. But yeah, no. Then we'd have like a real Iron Man scene where I'm like, yeah. But yeah, shout out Sugar Shane for hooking us up. That was real amazing.
That is sick.
Yeah. I put on here, thank him because he's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful soul.
Yeah. Some movie reviews. Talk to me.
That's the movie.
Have you seen it, Jobins? Let me know in the comments. What'd you think?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Well, Talk to Me was scary. You know, it was creepy.
It was almost there for me.
It's an A24 production. They make a lot of scary movies.
They make the weird ones.
And I don't know. It was super Australian. Like, everyone had Australian accents. They hit a kangaroo. That's the only spoiler I'm giving.
God, that main actress was so cute. She was. So
I wrote her
cute.
name down.
What's her name?
I knew you were going to say that.
You did?
Sophie Wilde as
Sophie
Mia.
Wow.
The main character.
Sophie. Even a pretty name. Hello, I like Sophia too. I'd be like, can I call you Sophia? But yeah.
Yeah, it's been out for a little bit in theaters. The only thing I'll
we were
also
late
say,
to it. We have been late.
watch out for the character Riley. That's the character to watch out for. That's all.
Oh wow.
That's
Is
my
that a
last
spoiler?
spoiler. That's the
That's
last
your
spoiler.
last spoiler. I give it, dude. Honestly, Jobins, I gave that one like a 5.2.
Oh my God, you're always so much
5.2.
lower than the ratings that I see online.
5.2.
7.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
It wasn't scary. I was when the trailers came out. I'm like, ooh, that one might actually be a little scary, a little dark, a little cool.
What about creepiness?
When you get
Because there's a difference. From
it's the
jump
dead.
scares.
So they touch this hand, and you see dead people, and spirits, devils take over you. And the ending, twist, Then I lean. What did I do? I leaned over. I go blah 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 blah, and it happened. I could have wrote that fucking screenplay when I was 7 years old.
Well, 7. Come on,
Yeah.
that's hyperbole.
There wasn't
that's
any,
hyperbole.
There
chill.
wasn't any depth, right? Because they had a cool concept, no depth, none at all, and no purpose really, except.
I mean, it's just
What?
a story. It's a story that's. I think there's not supposed to be some deep message.
Well, I don't need a deep
like
message.
Like a theme.
I need to believe in something, and dude, it was like half there. Like,
The ending was cool, like you called.
yeah.
You said you could have wrote it yourself. That's because it's good. Maybe give yourself a little props. Maybe
I
a
just
pat on
wish
the back.
it's probably just because of how like once it got like orgy and like I don't know gorgily and just not like real like I don't know even though ghosts like we don't see no dead people fucking walking around or anything. The one old guy was the creepiest part, and then when that one thing it looked like a video game monster,
Okay.
and that's where it lost me. That's a good way to say it. It
my-
looked like a video game monster. And I expect, and then the same thing with Boogeyman. You were getting freaked out by Boogeyman the whole night, but I'm like, monster movies just don't do it for me unless it's.
Oh my
really
God, that movie was actually 10 times scarier than Talk to Me.
When you have a creature movie, it has to really look good and believable. When it looks shitty and it's not the like best CGI and it's just like, I'm like, I'm not scared.
Boogeyman didn't have to show the monster that much.
I appreciate that. I love when you don't have to show the monster. In fact, I think that's why older horror movies are so much better because like they leave it up to us and our imagination. When it's when the monster's in the whole time, it kind of takes it away.
Oh my god, that movie had me jumping so many times. The Jump Scare City.
That one was even worse for me. That was like a 3.2.
That's understand. I think it's a worse movie.
Yeah.
But like as far as scaring me,
I go hard on these horror films.
as far as scaring me, it's a higher rated.
And you're excited for The Exorcist too, which I'm like, dude. It looks kind of. I'm sitting here wanting to be excited, but then I see some cheesiness to it. And I'm like, damn. But then I'm like, well, was there some cheesiness to the original? But it was such a low budget film, and there were so many crazy things. And I don't know.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be pretty epic. I'm telling you right now.
People were fucking freaking out when they went and saw that. Someone made a funny joke. I forget the comedian's name, but he was like, they didn't fucking warn us about. Oh, it was Joey Diaz. He's like, I paid $2 fucking, and they didn't warn us about the fucking what we were about to see. I'm like, because yeah, people were like fucking seizing up and shit. I don't think that's happening for this one, bud.
Damn. Anyone that's like really religious though is like kind of scared of it even more, I feel like.
I wish there was some directors that would just use like old school technology to make movies, like that made it feel like that again. Because like nowadays, I've said it before, JOBINS, everything's so fucking clear. I need darkness. I need depth. I need like not being able to see everything. It just adds tone to films, curiousness. Like when I'm watching a scary movie and I can fucking see everything, you know what I mean?
It's in ultra high def.
It just has, I don't know. Older movies just kind of, older horror films just kind of hit different for me.
Like the original Friday the 13th or...
yeah.
Because, I mean, like the graininess you're
you
talking
can even
about.
get with, huh?
Yeah.
Like, the graininess, yeah. Like even like American Psycho. Christian Bale, you know what I mean? Like just go watch how that movie looks. Even though it's not like a scary...
Well, dude, that's the thing that what you just said throws other people off because they'll watch it, but in like ultra HD, you know? And it's like... It isn't the same as what you were talking about just now.
Yeah, I wish some
of those classic movies you're talking about, if you watch them in like today's format, probably wouldn't be as appealing to you, huh?
Mm-mm. Same thing with like the Michael Myers movies, the old school, like with old school Halloween.
Yeah,
that's what I do. When my mom and sister told me they threw away those VHS tapes, I got sad.
What are you gonna play it on?
Well, there's so many. It's like a retro theme. Like I don't know. I just always had like a vision. Like when I got a nice house, and I got like a cool room. When I got some kids, we got a retro room. Because I always wanted to like grow my kids up like how I did. So I'd show them like old school VHSs. And we used to have them, but we threw them away even when I was a kid. But those little TVs with the little screen, and you put the VHS at the bottom, like dude, those are lit. Now people are making reels with them, and it's like, damn, it makes me want to. Just watch it.
Like you said, why don't they bring it back like they did with the turntables?
They
or
probably
like
will one day.
The records.
They will.
And then they'll start making new movies in VHS.
Yeah. Because this is cool. And they look different. That's how, when you watch an old VHS movie, like even the Disney movies, that's how they looked. And if you watch them today, they look so much better. But I don't know. Part of me just likes that old retro feeling. I'm crazy, man.
Yeah, you're just old. It's all good.
I am. Fuck, you're right. You ain't wrong there, brother. I hope the future gets crazy before we die. I hope we get to see some real cool shit with technology. I want to be in that game. I want shit to feel real. You know what I mean? I hope we have it.
Like you said, I hope it happens where you can be like a video game character in any movie that you watch. Like if I put Back to the Future in, like the movie, like I'd be put into the world of Back to the Future.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That's got to get
like Star Wars too. Any movie.
You can just play any movie you want. Just play it like a video game, and you just kind of go through.
Like Titanic, and then it's like, whoa.
One day, it's got to. That's too crazy. That's
Fast and Furious. Oh, put me in one of those movies.
Yeah. Yep. Let's run my dog on Brendan. We would be doing a Barbie review, but my man didn't want to watch it with me last night.
Oh, okay, I see.
Why didn't you want to watch it with me last night?
I didn't want to watch it last night with you because my girlfriend Shannon, she was like, you know, we've been wanting to watch this movie, or her especially, like for a long time. And
how come you haven't?
We just haven't got around. We've been busy. Okay. We've gone to the championship fight. Every weekend we've been super busy. Okay. So it just hasn't been a good time to see it. Okay. And then the one time we did see a movie, we all saw a movie together. It's not like so. I will say this. You put it on last night. I was like, okay. And then I was like, you know, she would not. I feel like she'd be like,
You
"What
felt
the
like you were
hell?
cheating.
What the hell?"
You told me you felt like you were cheating.
I was
And
like,
so we stopped it.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do that.
But here I am, just so excited. I was like, dude, I can't wait to see TMNT with you. Couldn't wait. And then I had to go. I had to leave for some shit. And then I get the call. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we saw TMNT.
Yeah, with my coworker, Brendan.
No. Was it with Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't with your girl?
Mm-mm.
I thought you said it was with your girl.
No, I watched it with Brendan.
Oh, you watched it with Brendan? Well, I'm still upset. It doesn't matter who you watched it with. You went and saw it without me.
Mm-hmm.
I was broken. I thought it was with your girl, though.
Mm-mm.
What movie did you hate that you went and saw with your girl? You said you hated it. Was it am I thinking TMNT? Because you said you hated that one, didn't you? Anyway, I was just jealous, JOBINS. Because I'm like, man.
I am sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. I get it.
Because I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that to you.
Nope.
The
It's
TMNT
okay.
is a valid reason to be upset about that.
I haven't seen it still. I haven't watched it
I'd
yet.
still watch it with you too.
Oh, I know you would.
Even though
I know you
it's
would.
different now.
Yeah.
And see, this whole conversation is something
is
I want to
brother talk.
avoid.
This is brother talk. People get it. If you like watching movies with people, you get it. I like watching movies with you, especially for the first time. It's not the same. You know, JOBINS. It's not the same when the person's already seen it.
I know.
You haven't seen it. It's like, oh, they already know. We're not experiencing this together for the first time. I was being a little jealous, boy. It's okay.
I'm genuinely sorry.
I'm not saying it to make you say sorry. I'm saying it just to laugh and fuck with you.
But I do feel a little bad. I was like, oh.
No,
I could have.
don't. It's okay. How many movies have you seen together?
A lot.
Yeah. Plus, I honestly thought you saw it with her. So I was like,
No.
oh, this motherfucker's going to go see TMNT.
Movie fucking sucked anyways.
I'm sure it was cool, dude. It looks cool. It's going to come out soon. I'm going to watch it.
Mario was a good movie.
But when the next time she comes over, we should watch Barbie. Would you be down to watch Barbie together?
I would be down.
There we go. See, that's brother talk right now. Uh-oh, something's going on downstairs.
Is there a fight going on downstairs?
No, I don't know. But, ooh, you know what other movie I can't wait for? Dumb Money.
Oh, yes, dude. I really want to see Dumb Money, too, with Paul Dano as the main character,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
And Seth Rogen's one of
Seth
those
Rogen's
hedge
in there.
fund guys.
Yep.
And it's all about the GameStop stock.
Yeah, that's going to be good. I like those fucking real-life story movies where we learn shit that we don't really know. That we know, but then we get a little more depth.
And it's all about, like, how the common man, like, doesn't have a fair chance on, like, Wall Street. And then they're going after these big, greedy hedge fund managers.
Shit, dude. Let me make sure. Let me check my. Let's check the time quick. Tell something, JOBINS, that you wanted to tell me if you got something. Let me know.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, well, I was going to talk about this, JOBINS, the Pocky one-chip challenge that we had done. I think the first time was 2021 that we did it in, like, one of our really early pods. And I almost died on that shit, seriously. But someone really did pass away. Rest in peace to the Massachusetts teen who passed away. I'm sorry I didn't get his name on my notes here.
Isn't that crazy though?
But poor kid.
Dude, we knew that was gonna happen. We said it in our pod. Even like a challenge or something like anything could have go wrong. And after I saw when the pain, I still think my stomach's fucked up from that chip, dude. When I ate those Tums, it took me to my knees, dude. And then I remember throwing up in the bathroom and getting so mad because I was in so much pain. I'm like, I'm going to have to go to the hospital over a chip. I'm going to have to tell these people that I ate a chip for fun. And I was just so upset with myself. And I've never eaten it again. So it's sad that a kid died.
And they're removing it from the shelves. But it's just like, there is warning labels. Woo! It does say not to take if you're younger than 18 or pregnant.
Yeah, but dude, you know kids.
But it's like, how much do you really go after the chip maker if they say that?
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's a shame.
It's not like it's hidden.
Well, it's tough too, just because I love spicy food. So when you throw a spicy food challenge at me, we all want to do it. Everyone loves a good spicy food challenge because you want to see what you can't take. So it's just like, damn, everybody's different. Everyone handles shit differently.
True.
You about died. And everyone was trying to convince you to eat the one again. I was like, no, I'm not letting him eat it because he'll die.
You know what I think they need to do for the one chip is they need to lower it for like
cap it.
For like limit it on the shelves version and then have a serious version, but you have to sign a waiver.
Or you have to be 18 or older to buy it. Or 21.
And even at 18 or older, I'd still have a waiver be signed in case of death.
True. True. Jobins, we're
Crazy.
already at a fucking hour. We got UFC 293 this weekend. We're gonna have to run through it because, dude, I'm excited. I feel excited for a card again. I don't know if it's just because Sean's champ and I don't have to worry about shit anymore. I know he's champ and I know he's still got so much more that he wants to accomplish and do. But it's like, dude, our boy became champ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With that right hand, fucking beautiful. So I'm like, all of a sudden, I don't know. I feel excitement again. It's a lot of people will be like, oh, Schmidt, why are you rooting for Sean Strickland so much when he fucking talked bad about Sean? I think Sean Strickland talked bad. When you go back and watch, he talked bad about Sean on a press conference. I think it was during the Jan fight press conference or maybe another one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jobin's my bad. But he just said some shit about Sean that's like, oh, he just doesn't understand Sean. And probably a little bit of jealousy. You know, Sean's young, making a lot of money every fight. And every fighter wants that, you know. And if you're doing just as much hard work and you think you're doing just as much as someone else and you're not getting paid as much as someone else, of course there's going to be that fucking animosity and shit. So I think there's that in there. And then I think if Sean Strickland actually hung out with Sean, I feel like he would completely like Sean a lot. They'd get along. Because, dude, Sean Strickland's funny as fuck. And here's my thing, Jobins. There's 3 ways that I look at this fight going that are about to happen. Either Izzy's so damn good and so pissed off because of Sean Strickland's shit, he's going to beat the fuck out of him. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because there's levels to the game. I think Sean Strickland's only fought a couple of top 10s, and then the other, past couple fights are all non-ranked guys. You know, but just because they're not ranked don't mean shit. There's a lot of big up-and-coming middleweights that are tough as fuck. You know what I mean? So just because you're not I don't know. What can you argue? You know what I mean, Jobins? Mm-hmm. But you got that going on. Sean Strickland, dude, if you go back, I'm getting so fucking excited because if you go back and watch some of his striking and some of his fights, dude, he's wild, right? So I'm thinking maybe, dude, Sean Strickland goes forward, right? So it's either an extreme ass whooping, right? Mm-hmm. Or Sean Strickland gets finished.
There's levels to the game, like you said.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Sean Strickland might be the guy who gets Izzy bad because I think he's in his head, Jobins. The press conference we were at, that was a comic dude, I hadn't laughed so hard. Do you remember that press conference? Mm-hmm. I hadn't laughed so hard. It was
I remember.
We were there live, Jobins, because it was when Sean fought Pedro Munoz. And
did Jared Cannonier?
Jared Cannonier was fighting Izzy, and Sean Strickland was fighting big guy, Alex Pereira. And he got knocked out by Alex Pereira. People were like, oh, MMA math. Oh, he got worked by Jared Cannonier and he got knocked out by Alex Pereira. I'm like, so did Izzy. And then Jared did pretty dude.
And Jared beat Sean, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why, yeah, he beat Sean. I might have said that wrong. In my head, I said it right. But thank you. Yeah. Jared beat Sean. And it's like, well, dude, I was telling the boys, Jared's elite.
Mm-hmm. He is elite.
Izzy, he didn't make it look like the easiest thing. He did win. It was
decisive.
It was decisively, you know what I mean? But again, that's no matter what, any given night, anything can happen, and so many things can play in hand. What if Jared was just off that night a little bit, and Izzy was on a little more? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When fucking Sean Strickland says shit, you can see that it fucking pisses Izzy off so fucking much, and he wants to say so much shit, but he's trying to play the humble guy. That's not, oh, you don't get to me, I'm the champion. I could see right through it. Sean Strickland gets to fucking Izzy, dude. And I liked the stare down because Izzy didn't break character, and then Sean looked away, so you're like, okay, oh fuck, Izzy's coming to play. But dude, Sean Strickland throws some wild good box. Dude, his throws, the way he throws, and he's got power on them shots. I know Izzy's tough to hit, but he can get hit. And Sean Strickland, no matter what, comes forward. He's going to come forward. So it's not going to be the standing looking at me fight. Maybe the first round. Maybe there's some late kicks coming in at fucking Sean Strickland for the whole first round. You know what I mean? Sean can't get in. Izzy's keeping him out. Maybe. But I seriously just have kind of a feeling that maybe getting in his head a little bit makes Izzy not be Izzy in that octagon. So what if Sean Strickland knocked out fucking Izzy? It's another way I think it could possibly go. Maybe in the first, second, third round.
The levels of the stand-up game are crazy, though.
Oh, I know. I know.
Look at our boy, you know, who looks up to, has a lot of respect for Izzy.
This is my other third outcome. What if it's a war? What if these guys have a slugfest good war and they respect each other at the end? Izzy wins by decision, you know what I mean? But they just have a good, like a Kelvin Gastelum war.
I think it's over in the first round.
You think so?
I think the levels that I'm talking about is like
Exponential?
Izzy would be Islam, and then Sean Strickland might as well be Bobby Green.
Here's another thing, dude. Sean Strickland's,
That's the level.
Sean Strickland's been a cute, fucking cool cucumber this whole fucking time. He knows that he says it all the time. Izzy's a tough fight. And even Izzy says, he's a dangerous man. He's got everything to gain, but nothing to lose. And dude, you just never know. The
fight game is crazy.
It's beautiful, Jobins. It's beautiful. So, come on, Sean Strickland. And meet Sean, and I guarantee you'll fucking respect him. So, real quick, you're going with Israel Adesanya.
First round knockout.
I'm excited for the co-main event. Tai Tuivasa, who's not Alexander's the favorite. He's ginormous. I get it, right? And I really hope he doesnn't get on, ground control.
That would be the scariest thing because Ty's got that heart and he knockout power.
I hope Tai. I'm rooting for. You know me. I'm rooting for Tai. Who you got?
Shit, I want to go Tai too. I want to go third round knockout.
I'm going first. I think these boys are gonna. I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be quick, huh? I think it could be for sure.
Manel Cape, dude. Did you see the press conference?
Yeah, he threw a bottle
at Kai France.
Kai France.
But then he got into shit with Izzy.
Because Izzy was stepping up for Kai.
Yeah. Huh? But it's like, dude, if you were fucking telling me, if I'm Izzy and I'm the champ and I'm so much bigger and just can destroy you, and you're fucking standing at me going, sit down, sit down, sit down. Oh man. Like, what the fuck is this guy? That's something else.
So, do you respect him for that, or do you not like him more? Do you hate him for that?
Well, guess what? It made me very interested to see him fight this tomorrow. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Made me very excited to see Manel Cape versus Felipe Dos Santos, who is looking pretty good. That should be a good fight. Dos Santos is that submission guy, so you already know what's coming.
Who you got?
I guess I'm rooting for Cape now because you started shit with Izzy. Let's see if him go up.
I wanted to root for Cape too, just because that little man anger.
Yeah,
it's strong in that one.
Yeah, Justin Tafa, dude. By the way, this should just be called UFC 293 City Kickboxing versus everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's City Kickboxing all fucking night. Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. I think that's another quick first round too.
You think Justin Tafa gets the knockout?
I think Justin Tafa. But you never do Austin Lane, dude.
I'm going Austin Lane.
You're going Austin Lane.
I think he's knockout.
First fight of the night on the main card: Tyson Pedro, another City Kickboxing versus Anton Turkalj.
I think Anton Turkalj had a tough fight last fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you remember against who?
Fudge.
I forget. Sorry, Joe.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going Tyson. I really like Tyson. I've always liked him. I'm going Tyson.
I'm going to go Anton.
I think that's going to be a tough fight, though. I think that's a tough fight.
I think a decision, honestly.
It's probably pretty fucking evenly matched. I'm not going to lie on that one. Prelims. Carlos Ulberg versus Dawoom Young.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm going Carlos, dude. Another City Kickboxer.
He's
I like him
as big
too.
as Izzy, too, isn't he?
Dude, he's good, too. I like Ulberg. But, dude, I always root for these guys. I want them to win. They need it. You know what I mean? Come on, Dawoom. Shock the world, baby.
Dawoom.
But I'm going Carlos. Jack Jenkins. I remember him. He's exciting. And I like that his last name's Jenkins. I think it's fucking badass. Versus... how do you say that? Chepe?
Chepe?
Mariscal? I'm sorry, Jobins. God damn it.
There's a huge Chepe
fan
out there.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Jack Jenkins.
Shout out.
Jamie Malarkey versus John McDessie.
Ooh, I'm going to go Malarkey on that one.
I'm going Malarkey, too. I guess we didn't do our pick. Did you do your picks for...
Ulberg for sure, and then I'm going to go with Chepe.
You're going Chepe? I'm going Ching. All right. Hazrat?
Right.
Haparas?
Hazrat? I think it's Hazrat.
Hazrat?
We all know
Haparas? Yeah, versus Landon Quinones. Hazrat.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hazrat, too.
Another City Kickboxing, Mike Diamond. That guy, he's interesting. I don't remember his last fight, but I feel like there's a lot of hype behind this guy.
Mike Diamond. He's got a cool-ass name.
Pretty sure there's a lot of hype behind this guy. He's another City Kickboxing guy. I'm just fucking blanking right now because we're in a fucking hurry. Versus Charles...
Ratke.
There we go. I'm going Mike Diamond, City Kickboxing.
Go Radke.
Shane Young versus Gabriel Miranda.
Oh,
Shane Young, City
yeah.
Kickboxing.
Mhm.
City Kickboxing starting the night off. First 2 fights. Kevin Gisette versus
Keller Crosby.
Yeah, there we go. Going Kevin.
I'm going with Keller.
Boom. That's our picks, Jobins. Let's see what happens. As always, thanks for fucking watching and tuning in. We love you guys and appreciate you. Big things coming. Let's fucking go. Almost the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Got some big goals to accomplish. Lined up to make 2024 a big fucking year.
Watch out 2024 because we're coming for more.
Coming. Let's go. Love you guys so much.
Love you guys.
Deuces.